So as AI becomes more integrated into business operations, what are some of the practical strategies for building a flexible and responsible AI framework?
So for me, knowing that technology is always going to advance faster than regulation, and as we look at regulations around the world, we're seeing more and more fragmentation. It behooves companies to think about putting a framework in place that looks at how are we responsibly using AI. If you want to be the trusted vendor, you have to be more transparent about, and I think in particular, as we're talking about cybersecurity, data privacy and security, which go hand in hand.
So what is the balance when you think about these AI frameworks and regulation and responsibility between culture and technology?
I love this question because we're not often starting with culture, and yet culture leads to regulation. So the way that Europeans think about data privacy versus the US versus China, we all know there's very different perceptions from a cultural perspective about what I expect from you. And going back to trust, how am I going to trust this AI? Culture plays a huge role in the framework, and the framework itself should be reflective of the company values, should be reflective of the values that you want to put out into the world to demonstrate that your brand is something that can be trusted.
Are there particular applications and uses that excite you about where this is all going?
One of the things that's really exciting about Elastic, and that as the lawyer I particularly like, is that the information is within the control of the customer. So when you think about frameworks again, you're going to start with what is legally required, but so often it comes down to how do I build trust? What are customers asking for? What do people care about? You cannot have privacy without a baseline of cybersecurity that everybody can agree on. I frankly think standards around cybersecurity are going to be far more advanced than we see in any other standards around the use of AI.
Where do you see AI governance evolving in the next few years?
The laws are going to continue to evolve. There's going to be conflicts of laws, and like all areas with conflicts of laws, you're going to have to decide what's the baseline to build trust and to be able to do business that I need to follow. So I think, again, starting with the frameworks and really determining how does this work within my environment for my technology, how is this going to be used, where do I want to prevent use, and having teams of people, the collaboration is really key.